And welcome back to Late Night Gunpla with Talon Omega. Today we are continuing, I think probably finishing up the High Grade RX-78-2 Gundam. Last week I completed everything, I completed the chest and the arms last week and backpack. So today is pretty much just the head and the weapon systems. And kind of finishing that up and see where it go. I think I will also do panel lining. Probably try out a new for me technique using the pore type Gundam marker. This is different from the panel line marker that I have been using, which is kind of more of a felt tip marker, really fine line. Usually you can also get those in, do I have those kind of here? No, I don't have one. Not Copic. There was an art line that does them that fine as well. Usually you can get them in 0.05. Yeah, 0.05 is usually what I've gone to before to do the panel lining on Gundams as well. This one is, again, more of a pore type, so this one kind of mimics more the Tamiya panel line accent color. This is just really thinned out paint from what I remember. Oh yeah, and I had already put in a little marble in there as well to kind of help mix it up. Yeah, I mean, this one, when I used it on the Crossbone Gundam, I have heard in the past, well, as I was building it, I started seeing some people saying that it does make the plastic very brittle if you don't like kind of seal it with something first. And so I did see that firsthand with one of the weapon system pieces, well, a couple of the weapon system pieces of the Crossbone Gundam. So we're gonna try something slightly different and see if the Gundam marker pore type is a little different. Again, I think from what I've seen, it looks like it might be just about as runny. So we'll see how that plays out. Was playing around with it a bit yesterday, and why is that? Wow, really? There it goes. I don't know why that camera, why my cameras kind of freeze up like that. So put him in kind of a bit of a running pose, and I'm kind of surprised. It took a while to get him to stand up by himself and kind of maintain the pose, but I've got it. So yeah, the idea is finish this up. In addition, the only bit of embellishing I'm doing on this kit, we'll see if it comes through there. Yeah, so I put a little holographic gold on the beam rifles kind of eye, and then I put some gold on the eye piece as well, and then I sealed it with gloss. So that's the only embellishment I'm doing on this kit. In addition, before I get into the build, so last week I went to Frankenson's and I picked up the Master Grade version Ka of the RX-78, so I will continue doing the kind of building it through the grades. In addition, I ordered the real grade from the longest river in the world, well, in South America at least. So I got that came in as well, so I'll be doing that one. Considering this experiment, I think I will wind up picking up yeah, I think I will wind up picking up the perfect grade of the RX-78, but the older version, not the Unleashed, just because Unleashed is $300 and the original is, I think I've seen it for $130. So still a pretty penny, but even worth it. In addition, last week after that, wound up going to the Del Amo Mall with the family and stopped in at Book Off and saw this available for $60. I couldn't pass it up. It's not too much less, but it was about like $20 off of full retail, so I did pick that one up as well. Not at $300 yet, Jeff. I'll probably just do like as is. I went with the version Ka of the Master Grade instead of the 3.0 because it was like $30 less. The 3.0 was like 55, 60 bucks, whereas that one was 35. So yeah, I went with the slightly cheaper one. Yes, I have more money than sense, but I'm still applying some sense sometimes, even with Loy there, kind of instigating to spend more. So yeah, so that's the idea today. Let's set my timer so I'll know how long my camera is going. Hydration. Plus, I'm trying to cut down on the backlog, not add more. All right. So yeah, let's go to top view. So yeah, let's just stand you off to the side. You go there. All right. So last time we have left off on the head, which is actually, you know what? I think yes, you did, and thankfully you didn't have anything that I wanted. So you know what? I am gonna try to build the head without the instructions. And if I screw it up very badly, then I will go check the instructions. But at least the head part seems like it's easy enough to build it. Obviously, the eyes, and maybe see how much of the weapon system, because these are obviously the shield parts. So the helmet parts. And I forgot to start the reminding the camera. There it goes. Yeah. So helmet. Horns and face plate. And B looks like it's done now. That to the side. Weapon system. Okay. And just this part now. Looks like this should be it. And this is an internal piece, so shouldn't need too much filing. So yeah, weapon system, well, shield, not really weapon, and then shield parts. So yeah, I think these two parts should be able to be built without the instructions, so we'll see. So we start off with the head. We'll also have to see how long I actually stream for today, considering the heat that we're going through. I spent most of the day just watching TV with the spores because the living room has an AC in it, so we actually ran it all day. Still got a bit. Yeah, I remember there were a couple times I tried to airbrush in the valley. It's hot enough here in downtown LA. The valley was quite a bit worse, and so I don't need you, I need you. Down here, you should be up here. So how do you go in? Should be going in this way. Oh, okay, I guess it is. Ah, so that's the top. Okay, I see it now. I was mistaking which side was the top and which side was the bottom. Wait, I am sweating quite a bit here. Alright, so that's that part. So it'll probably come in through the bottom on this one. So order wise, I think this one comes next. Okay. So this one looks like it has also a kind of, I forgot what I started calling it last week, injection molding line. Yeah, all along the sides here. What do I want to do about that? There's that one. Alright, so I have to start using this guy. Go through it that way. So that's 400. Jumping up to 800 here. Just going through the grits. Alright, 1,000. Unused side so far. Oh, 1,200. And now 15. I usually just go up to 15, although I've got grits that go to 2,000 now. 2,000? 2,400. What is it? 2,500. So I do have new sponging, sanding sponges that go up to 2,000, but 2,500. But I'm only using the 15s. I hate when it does that. Alright, and then try to scribe that line back in. This is going to be fun. It's probably going to come out bad because I didn't use any guidelines, and yeah, well, we'll see. Alright, so now we go in here. Actually, yeah. Actually, there's I think faceplate needs to go on first. From the looks of it. Alright. Going there. There it goes. Yeah, there's that one. This guy here. Let's try to get the V-fin also done here. Okay. Which one? There it goes. All right. So, kind of sharpened up the V-fins a bit as well. Oh, there's something missing here. Where is the jewel? That should be red. There it goes. Piece I missed. But I knew it would be missing, so I went looking for it. Because you see this guy enough, you know he's supposed to have this little jewel at the top too. Just the hardest part of this. That is so small. Can't even hold it to file it. Where'd that go? Alright. Just gonna do that one. Yeah, luckily it was on a smaller part. So, which side? Okay. Just gonna put this on now. Alright. Looks like it stopped on me. Wait, what? Is it not recording? Did it run out of? Yep, the card is full. Man. Actually, I might have to take a bit of a break right now and check some things. See what's on these drives and have any others. I think these are all, yeah. Oh, no, there's close this one. I can see what's on that one. Alright, I will have to take a bit of a break. What's on that one? Let's see. Alright. That's fun. Let's see what's on you. I'm not sure what is on this. How big is this drive? 8 gigs. It'd be at least enough to record today. What was on this thing? Alright, I will have to check that and test the others. So new. Alright. That's not good. Okay. Turn backwards. That's why I wasn't reading you. There goes. Now you will. There it goes. Wait. Okay, so that's one of my Raspberry Pis. So I'll put that out. Alright, so not that one. Which one are you? Okay. How big are you? Okay. So 14.9 gigs, 16 gigs allegedly. Alright. Yeah, I will format you. Is there anything? Yeah, there's nothing on that one, so yeah. Format. Format, yes. Start that. Okay, so I won't use you. Alright. Close you. Eject you. I'm not sure what you were. So I'll keep you there. You will go back in here. Come on. I got too much stuff on my desk. Okay, so now that that's formatted, I need card reader. Oh, yeah, I do. Alright, and inject you. Not to. Right. So now let's check. Alright, so that's ready to go. And so far, alright, well, skipped at least the build. take it apart a bit right now. Hopefully this part comes out, no problem. At least kind of put it together for the recording. Alright. Well, you'll get to see this over again, Jeff. Putting it together again. Just because I didn't record and because the camera was full. I probably should have checked that after the last one. I don't think I've been, streaming that many times. But alright, so start that up again. Record you. There it goes. Alright. So I don't get the actual cutoff pieces, but it'll have to go this way. That's right. There it goes. Okay, so alright. Head is on. Yeah, you can barely tell those eyes are gold, but I like it better than the decal. At least I can, it's one of those little things that I'll know I did. So, alright. So there's the base build. Alright. So let's start in on the shield. Let's get that thing out the way. Or hey, you know what? I'm just gonna cut it all out. Just be done with it. So this is the beam rifle part. Shield part. Okay. So there. Rifle. Leave the jazz hand for this one. I know I put the hand on this one already, attached it to the grip on the rifle already. But no, I cut out the other hand. Just don't remember what I did with it, where I left it. Okay, so let's see. Okay, the part part of the shield. Yeah, Jason gave me the one he had before that apparently he wasn't using, so I've been using it for this. It's been mostly helpful. I was able to kind of get the easy camera switches that I use it for. But how much did you pay for it? Just a little bit here. Extra handle for the shield. Yeah, and that is it. Runner holder is empty. You know, one of these days I'm gonna have you order something off of Temu for me. I will not order it myself. I don't trust it. But I mean, they've already got your money. They've already got your information. They're already doing their whatever they're gonna do with your information. So yeah, I'll just let you continue to use it. I'll see if I find something to tell you, hey, can you order this for me? There it goes. Goes. Go here first. No, you go there that way. Go that way. Then that goes on back. Okay, yeah. Keep doing it this order. I'm just gonna have to file that off a bit more. Move this one. Missed one here. I am liking that at least these, while not exactly undergated, have been put on like these thinner kind of bezels, I guess we can call that. So you're not exactly marring too much of the actual piece with any of that. That again, this is no piece that, so yeah, these pieces are hidden anyway. entirely hidden. I need to follow it the other way. Press it in. So, oh wow, nice little details there. Kind of looks like they're kind of the bolts in. That's kind of cool. In front there, looks like that's bolted on. So, the cool little detail there. Really? Yeah, I need to start doing some repairs. Well, don't need to start. I mean, like I said, with this heat wave, been really kind of kicking myself for not having picked up the what are they called? The small heat exchangers, you know, AC units. I forgot what they're called right now. Like, really should have picked it up by now, but I didn't. So now I'm suffering in here. I could have had some nice air in here and not been sweating up a storm right now. Again, casting line. Got a bit of the edge there. Yeah. Another casting line here. I'm trying to get rid of. Alright, there it goes. Pretty much gone there. Little one here. Easy enough to erase. The heck? I forgot to start my timer. Okay. Well, there we go. The min split. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Really need to pick one up. Or, well, probably 3 of them now. 4. 1 for each room. But I'm still stuck on the which compressor do I pick up for it. Because I'm thinking I will wind up having to go with the one compressor to run all 4 of them. as opposed to, you know, 4 separate compressors. And I mean, I have the clearance on the side of the building where they will all go, so that wouldn't be too big a problem. Actually, I don't know why I was bothering so much with that. From the looks of it, it's going to be on a piece that, or on a part of the piece that never be seen. Well, at least the sides here. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this past week, since at least I am home alone right now, been leaving the office door open with the AC in the living room, kind of hoping it gets drawn into the office. But even then, I'm still sweating up. So yeah, like I said, I may have to go for that. I do want to see if I'm missing any part of that, about how that weapon system part gets put on. Yeah, there it goes. Alright, so oh, it says that goes first. Oh, whatever. Okay, so that part goes up. Because that attaches to the arm that way. Okay, and then, yeah, that little piece through the back. When not in use, it gets down. Okay, I see. So yeah, I was kind of right on how that went. All right. Last bit of. Let's start that. Start chill. There it goes. Again, I don't know why this goes so blurry. Alright, so that part goes there. This part goes this way. There it goes. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, that part does get seen. Kinda. Alright, so we've got weapons. It says this part comes off if you want the shield attached to the back, like so. So, got the shield attached there. Apparently the gun attaches down there. We'll see. Alright. Alright, let's start working. What do I do with that piece? There it goes. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's do this part, which is what I'm most kind of worried about. Although, again, kind of undergated is helpful. And I did gloss coat the piece, so hopefully that'll help with that. think I cut it off enough. So just do it that way. You. This is very soft on this thing. And this one. Alright. There's that. There goes the notch. There goes. Gives it kind of a dirty look, unfortunately. Not enough holographic. Should have gone gold. Alright. So, slightly easier pieces. It's going to be in part, it's not going to be seen, so I'm not going to do much more than just this little bit of sanding. You do this before I actually cut off any of these nubs, because yeah. In case any of these overlap, you don't, so I can cut you off no problem, and follow you away. Wee. There it goes. So those two do overlap. This one leaves a bit of a gap. Oh, yes, it does leave a gap because I still need that gap. getting this part. Wrong way. There it goes. Now I can close it back up. Still gonna have that gap, but it's supposed to go there. Why is there that gap there though? That's the question. Right. Not closing enough. That part. So it's a tolerance issue, it looks like. Go that way. You go here. Alright, so there's the beam rifle with the extra hand. You know what? Let's attach it to the back with that extra hand. There it goes. You know, one of those little Easter eggs that I'll leave with it here. Alright, so this is pretty much a straight build. So this is high grade, and compared to the entry grade that I built 2 weeks ago, now so the gun does not attach to the back, the shield does not attach to the back either. Actually no, I think the gun does, or I think one or the other. I think the shield attaches to the back, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the shield can attach to the back. The gun doesn't. The gun has to stay in his hand, but it can pop out of the hand of the entry grade. Entry grade has, you know, basic articulation, but I did kind of like the entry grade parts where, you know, you can take it apart easily at the joints and kind of repaint it if you need to. So that was one thing I did like about the entry grade. Probably the only thing. It is very simple. Whereas high grade, now granted, this is the Beyond Global, so probably does have quite a bit more detail on it. Where's my time? Alright. So yeah, you guys can now see it a little clearer. There it goes. Let's go side view anyway. So yeah, here's the entry grade. Yeah, very static pose that I put it on right now. It was a little better. Yeah, I was kind of having him kind of charging. I did have it charging a bit before. Goes. So Beyond Global, yeah, a bit more detailed, I think, than probably the standard high grade now too. Yeah, the shoulder joints kind of have this kind of extra little flex that they started doing, I think with the newer high grades as well. Definitely with the master grades, the shoulder kind of rotates out like that, but it stays inside, from what I remember, inside the chest piece. Again, they're usually done kind of a little lower in the elbow from what I've seen on the master grades. I'll have to see what the version COD does. But has a little flex on the waist. Well, more than a little flex there, that waist as well. Head rocks back and forth, and it has ball joints, so can be directed. Oh yeah, didn't take those out. The legs kind of have a full rotation kind of effect, so I think, yeah, so it's kind of 2 points of articulation in those leg joints there. The skirt has all that. The knee is kind of funky because, again, also double kind of joint there. The foot joint is kind of very simple. It's just that. Again, kind of the knee joint does this. Kind of throws me off because I keep expecting the knee to rotate with it, but then it does allow the leg to rotate a lot more than that. Forward looking locked in. Take out the wrist. Let's just take out the hand. But shooting. Out. That's shooting time. I think that's the pose. Very simplistic. Let's look that up. Shooting. There it goes. Where's the search? There it goes. You know what? Let's just yeah. So okay, so front leg forward. Yeah, also missing an arm. Looks like. Whee. Yes, that's right. This part needs to come off too. Oh well. Yeah. Too much detail. There it goes. Last shooting pose. Alright. So let's take that hand out. Just put the punch hand back in. I really do. I actually probably do need to see how to take off. Okay, so once that part comes off, these lock it in. Okay, well, good enough. Do it that way instead. There's the skirts. Man, these are very tight. Shoot. Probably shouldn't have. Alright, so that's that. You come off. Yeah. There it goes. There it goes. And, yeah, foot kind of also comes off that easily too. Alright. Beam sabers, backpack. Wait, come on, backpack, there it goes. So yeah, shoulder gimmick, kind of interesting. All right, so let's see, port type. Yeah. Doesn't seem like there's anything, just needs to be primed. There it goes. All right, let's try this. Let's go ahead view again. Start you again. Start you. All right. Ooh. Good. Okay. Okay. Small pieces. Alright. So, okay. Port type's kind of cool. Oh well. I just ran that much, huh? Cool. I'm gonna have to clean my hands though. Cool. Shoulder. Here's my thinner. Have it out here? No. Put it back. Dirty. These all have something on them. I know I have extra, I just don't remember where. It's just really stuff I had before. Need to go get some new Q-tips, I think. Yeah, that part's clean. Times good. There we go. So I think what I'm going to do is take a little break right now. Get some more Q-tips. I think I had ordered any. No, I hadn't. Bought stirrers, I bought boxes, I'm gonna buy pets. And then buy the good Q-tips. So I will take a little break right now and go pick up a couple extra Q-tips for the rest of this. Worked out pretty well. I'm liking the pore type marker. So yeah, what I have done so far with the pore type. Yeah. Come on. Focus. There it goes. Beam saber detail, and then the head detail. Come on. Almost lost it onto the floor. Yeah. And, you know, shoulders didn't have much detail, but have a little bit. Yeah. Just got a little bit on the edges there. So, yeah, keep doing that. So, yeah, give me about 5 minutes to go find some extra Q-tips, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back to continue the panel lining with the pour type marker instead. Yeah, got the beam sabers and the head done. Let's do this little piece because I can. Yeah, alright, so top view, start you, alright. Yeah, done you. So now again, just evaporating that fast. Yep, there's that. There's the beam rifle. Backpack. Backpack. So yeah, it's using the capillary action that we all learned about in high school. Whether we actually remember it or not, that's another topic. So hot that the thinner that I'm using is pretty much evaporating as I'm kind of pour it out. So I have to keep pouring some, but it's enough at least to kind of get the bits that I'm going to be see this stuff, but all right. Okay, so this is a little faster, but I really do need better better Q-tips than I actually have. They're too loosely compacted, so they kind of keep coming loose, which is why I grabbed a handful. Hopefully that's enough for at least all this, but it does make quick work of panel lining, so I am liking it more than the old marker that I was using. The old marker, which kind of has a bit of a felt tip and kind of drawing each line. This again is just really thinned out black paint, it looks like, and with a really fine point. I think finer even than the one that comes with the panel lining. I forget what kind it comes on here. I think it is kind of fine. Yeah, but it's still kind of brush point. So, and then keep using that. Alright, hydration break again. Put that hand together too, so I can use that as well. Again, so hot that the thinner is kind of just evaporating as I'm using it. Actually, not fully evaporating. Looks like it is pooling a bit there, so I'll be able to use that. All right, let's start that up again. Is that full again? Wow. Full again. Which one? All right. What's on this? Let's try this. Yeah, let's just go ahead and format that. That one. Here we go. This one. Yes. That's the one I need. Yep. Alright. Yep, for the last like 30 minutes of this. And this should work. Boy. How did I fill that up already? Oh, I'm gonna have to. Right. Oy. Yeah, let's restart that. Reset you. Alright. So, yeah. We'll see how much of this I actually get done. I should. I mean, I'll probably just let myself finish it even if I stop recording, but hopefully not. It's 4 gigs. That was 8 gigs. It's my main one. 128 gigs. Wow, that's why. Yeah. 16 gigs. Yeesh. And I don't have any others. Yeah, no. Alright. Actually, sure. Yeah. We'll just have to run with it and see what happens. Alright. Go back. Start channel. Start channel. There it goes. Alright. Alright. That's that. Let's continue doing the weapon system. Alright. There. Okay. Center that I have on that. Before I get some more. So it almost feels like to some degree even using the thing to wipe it up kind of helps run it into there, into the nooks a little more too. So it's kind of cool. see if I have enough recording time. No, I mean, I need to offload the card. I thought I had more still left on the card since it's 128. But it's 5-6 recording days, so yeah, 5 days at 2 hours a time. Yeah, I mean, it adds up. I need to remember to offload it after maybe every stream. That's more the issue. Cause yeah, I mean, other than that, I should have enough. I mean, do I rush through this? Yeah, even if not on camera, or it doesn't get recorded, probably try to go that. Go a little over today because of it, but just because I'm so close to be done with it. So yeah, that's the idea. We'll see. Put all this together again. Oops. The hip in wrong. So I mean, most of that done. Just finish up the arms and then the legs, and should be done with it. And so now I need to decide. Yeah, I mean, they are. I mean, as a backup, yes. As a secondary one, yes. But again, I generally need to just remember to offload them when I'm done. Alright, start that up again. Start you. Yeah, it's full. Alright, I guess it's just not being recorded. There's the arms. Come on. Won't you stop moving around so much? is it. I need to go over my hands with this, with the thinner, just to get it off. But I did like the pour type now. I think I have one extra somewhere, so that's good. All right, so with that, the high grade Beyond Global Gundam is done. Alright. Power lined and everything. Let's get you off. Yeah, let's put the other hand on you as well. Okay. Kind of pop that hand out. Alright. Put you on here. You attach here from what I saw. Aren't you? Yeah. Looks like you're supposed to attach there. Aren't you? Alright, I guess I have to do a review of that part. That part goes on. And yeah, it should go on there. Ah, okay, that's how it's supposed to go, like that. And then you here. Alright. So that is the high grade RX-78-2 Beyond Global. And here you standing next to the intergrade model. So slightly bigger, slightly thinner. Again, Beyond Global, it does seem to have a bit more detail in it. So there is that. The color is a little muted as well. Obviously quite a bit more detail for a high grade. I'm kind of surprised on the level of detail on it. So I think, I don't know, I might have to run a bit of a, well, not contest, kind of a question on my Twitter feed and see which one I should do next. Should I do the Master Grade version Ka or the Real Grade RX-78? Excuse me. We'll have to run a question and see what people think. And just kind of, I think scale-wise, Real Grade might be next, and then the Perfect Grade. The Master Grade. So I'll have to kind of see what I feel like as far as. Oh wait, no, that'll be for tomorrow. It is Saturday. It is only Saturday. I'll have to decide some point tonight or tomorrow. See which one I want to build. Right. That up. Just put you off to the side over here right now. Put you back up here. Alright. Yeah, it is a hard call. Like, especially again, because now I do have to make the decision right now. I'm definitely going to have to offload all of the recordings, so that I have that done ready for tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, he's looks. Yeah, it feels a little blockier, the entry grade, which, I mean, I guess it's to be expected. It's clunky. It's supposed to be just very simple kit. Whereas again, the high grade here, again, yes, it is a slightly more detailed kit. So it does feel a little more detailed. Wait, I need to figure out how I'm going to pose them a little better. Right, the Real Grade, I think, see how it compares to these two, because it's the same scale as this one, as the High Grade and the Entry Grade. What was the Entry Grade? I think Entry Grade is 1/44. Yeah, Entry Grade is 1/44. High Grade also 1/44. Yeah, 1/44 here. So what is Real Grade? Where are you? Yeah, 1/44. Yeah, I think I'll go the Real Grade. I'm afraid, but yeah, it is. And then, of course, I'm gonna do the version Ka of the Master Grade. So speaking of details, Katogi always adds so much extra details. At least from what I saw of the Podball had stickers on the inner frame. Why? Why does the inner frame need stickers? But anyway, so yeah, done for tonight. I guess tomorrow we will start in on the Real Grade. Jeff, thanks for being on. Other viewer, thanks for lurking. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.